Remember when I said Flank Blitz is an early game deck? Yeah, so I was using the deck until I reached Gallus the Nightmare. Gallus the Nightmare is a little kid who plays unfair with extra card draws at the start, and he instantly hits you with that 3 cost right from the get-go. He also has an extra 15 HP, which puts him at 45 HP. So that's where the Flank Blitz deck falls off. And here comes in my second favorite deck, Modulation. So for Modulation, this specific guy right here, oh, not what I wanted to do. This specific guy right here, Versatility. So it allows you to keep buff stacking on top of on top of this Echo, which allows you to stack this guy superpower so that your Echo deals a lot more damage and can just essentially nuke the shit out of this. So the deck involves Vitrium Dancer, which also provides a lot more card draws. This Nocturnus Knight also provides some card draw and energy, and as usual, you need your extra card draws, Vanguard Junrong and Diamond Claw. These two will also be able to provide because they draw 2 cards every time. They kind of provide you with more stacking capabilities with Wolf's special skill. So that means if you're able to go infinite, well almost infinite, with Vanguard and Diamond Claw, you will be able to get more of this 20% more damage, which will really hit the point where you kind of just kaboom his whole map. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the gameplay, and I'll explain as I play along. So now I'll be using Endless Challenge Difficult, where opponents will have more stats for their echoes and their HP is increased. So for Modulation, you can still use Rover, because each time you modulate, you randomly increase strength of one of your echoes. And if you don't want Rover, you can choose to go Xiang Li Yao, who provides a little bit more tempo early game, or Encore, who provides a little bit more tempo late game. But I still prefer this one because she is more... I can use this active ability more, rather compared to these two. So what you want is to find the Havoc Warrior at the start. So I'm going to keep my card draws, and I'm going to swap away anything else that I do not need. So I got lucky here and I found this guy. Yeah, so when up against elites, not elite, what do you call that? Up against opponents in the after that guy, you see them with extra HP, but their stats are still around the same. I mean, like, it's unbuffed stats. But because I'm playing against like Endless Challenge right now, so they have extra stats, which make this even harder. So what you want to do is you have your Havoc Warrior and you play him down first, so that you can keep stacking them like this. So stack, and I don't think I'll be using this guy, so remove him, stack more, and remove this one, stack this one, so that I have resilience now. So I remove this one, stack again, remove this one, and stack again. So this sort of prepares me for when I have the Rift Wolf to put in the special power, the superpower where it increases my damage by a lot. So now I no longer have any more. So I just reconstruct this one and put a new Havoc Warrior on the field, so that I set up my next buff stack Echo. And in between, while doing all of this, I have modulated a lot, which brings me closer to the Thunder Mephis activation as well. So I just need 3 more. And it's quite easy to lose in the early game, especially against these guys with extra stats. But here I lucked out because I was able to get resilience, which allows the Echo to stay on field for 5 more seconds after taking Fatal Blow that's supposed to kill them. So now this is unlucky because I wasn't able to get a card draw, like any card draws, but it is what it is. It happens. But what I can do now is I want to activate this superpower ASAP on this guy right here, so that he does a lot more damage. And now I will just put the Saber Boar aside and start to stack on the second guy as well. So once you hit around, like you see the number, the middle number up here to be 8, and you have versatility and superpower, these two, honestly you're good to go. So when you get a 3 cost, just slap a 3 cost on here, and you probably don't want to touch this guy anymore unless it's a Vitrium Dancer. Yeah, so you see how my Hocus Pocus just nuked the 5 cost Heron. Boom. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Beautiful. Okay, so as usual, you always want card draw first. Before you do anything, just get the card draw first. So we do card draw, not on this guy, but on this guy, so that we can get resilience up here as well. While it's very easy to fall into this trap of, oh, I want to invest in this guy, you have to keep in mind that you shouldn't put all your eggs into one basket, which is this guy. So what happens if this guy dies, you have nothing else to carry your team, and that would suck. So here, I can choose to just stack like this, but I want more tempo. So I'm going to transform him to gain 3 points of energy, so that I can use this guy, which when I play this guy on top of 1 card now, I'll be able to display 3 costs and get more importantly, get 1 point of energy. So I do this on here, then I will pick the Vitrium Dancer. Yeah. Then I'll play this one, and I'll play this one. Play the Vitrium Dancer, so that I draw more cards. Then I don't think I need any of these, so I'll just... No, I actually do need it on here, but never mind. I shall make this guy super strong first. So I'm gonna reconstruct all of these and put this guy onto here. So this guy is basically your damage. The Questless Knight is basically your super damage unit. Just watch how he nukes everyone. Rum. Beautiful. Oh. So this is like this is a very optimal situation where everything goes well for me. Now on to the second game. In the second game, I'll be showcasing my gameplay against Brent, but that's also when I first started really using this deck, so do expect a few mistake plays from me here and there. As usual, you want to start off with Havoc Warrior, and here's where I made a mistake. So instead of going for card draws first, I went to modulate with Hocus Pocus, which should have been after all the card draws. Because when you do card draws first, you are able to open up options for you to play. However, because I did that, now I have fewer options. Thankfully, I was able to get another Havoc Warrior, which secured my next setup for my second Echo. And remember, it's okay to lose in the first 2 rounds, because you don't want Brand's Gorilla to come out straight away in round 3. In round 4. Otherwise, it would be too difficult to handle. So here, although I didn't get any card draws, I was able to get Whiff Wolves. Because Whiff Wolf sucks at combat, you should get your Whiff Wolves out by now and get them. If you don't have any other echoes to modulate them on top of, at least just get them onto the field and throw this round, so that you do not have to have a Whiff Wolf on the field that just dies instantly in round 3 onwards. So now you see once again I am unlucky with my draws. I didn't get any card draws other than the first one, which is the Nocturnus Knight. So what I did here is I used the Nocturnus Knight to get another 3-cost Echo, which sort of like gives me that option. And then after that I didn't transform. I reconstructed 2 of the cards and played the Questless Knight. Questless Knight is the strongest Echo DPS that you can have on your team because they do a lot of AoE and just a lot of big damage in general. So once again, I didn't get any card draws, and here I actually made a mistake. So what I should have done is I should have played the Havoc Warrior to set up a third buff stack Echo, but I didn't do that here. Luckily, because I have 2 really strong units, the Nocturnus Knight and the Questless Knight, they were able to carry me through this round. So with the leftover cards that I'm unable to play, I reconstructed them and used Rovers skill to buff my cards. Here I managed to find a Havoc Warrior and more card draw. So I will be working on this Havoc Warrior instead because I do not want to touch my 2 other maxed out Echoes at the moment. They are my damage dealers, and changing them now will nerf my damage instead. But clearly me of the past, not knowing any better, go to change the Nocturnus Knight, which is not too bad because Nocturnus Knight doesn't do as much damage as the Questless Knight. Remember, Questless Knight is the most it would be your DPS carry. So whatever you do, if you have a Questless Knight on your team already, don't change it unless you are able to get him back. So thankfully I did not change out the Questless Knight, which gave me enough DPS to deal with this gorilla. And here what I tried to do is I tried to keep buff stacking my first Echo because I wanted to greed for a super strong Echo with lots of buff stacks. And remember, when you can't play anymore, reconstruct your cards and buff your Echoes. And just like that, you will be able to defeat Brad. That's for the Modulation deck. Happy gaming, Rovers, and I'll see you in the next deck build.